library and art cuts. Not so drastic after all, but what's changed? Fred Dibner, steeplejack, still climbing despite the fame and fortune. Creatures from outer space, they're in Liverpool just for the weekend. And Bellevue goes, but the brass bands play on in Manchester. Good evening to you. So, from the top of Bury Parish Church, let's soar into the cosmos. Liverpool is about to suffer a rash of space invaders. Not those machines, but beings from another world. Hundreds of sci-fi freaks gathering in the city. Several came in to give Alistair MacDonald a preview of a weekend of pure fantasy.
Just a taste of some of the amazing costumes that will be on show at the convention at the weekend. Every sequin and piece of tinfoil sewn on by hand, I'm told. Well, with me is George Barnes in the helmet there at the Tameside Science Fiction Modelling Society, and Roy Evans, the organiser of the convention. Roy, first of all, what's the convention all about?
Well, it's a science fiction media convention. It's to cover all aspects of science fiction, not just one particular programme. We're covering films, TV, books, comics, everything that you can conceivably think of in science fiction. We hope to have something at the convention to please everybody.
You make it sound a little bit intellectual. I mean, why the costumes and the guns and so on?
Well, people enjoy science fiction. Well, the people who come to conventions enjoy science fiction and like to become part of it. And the best way to become part of it is try and dress the way it is.
And I gather you've got one or two unusual stunts lined up.
Well, we have one or two things that will be very, very interesting. The one-offs, I think, first time things that have never been done at conventions.
But you're not going to say any more?
No, I'm not going to say too much.
Well, let's see the first costume. Just talk us through this outfit here. I mean, a costume or costume, two people here. Who is it? Right.
Well, this one is Martin. He's as Zaphod Beeblebrox. Hi there, man. Hi. Martin's costume took quite a bit of time to do.
That's from the Hitchhiker's Guide to
That's from the Hitchhiker's Guide, yeah. It took quite a bit of time to make that, actually. We worked it out. It was 70 actual man-hours in that costume. The head took quite a lot of crafting, actually, and getting the arms and the body right. It took quite a long time.
Move independently, the heads?
No, no.
What about your own costume?
Well, this is basically a space pirate costume. It's taken a little bit from Blake's 7 and one or two other things. It took quite a long time to make, and the gun is in the process of being made. It will be finished, I hope, for the convention.
You did most of it yourself?
I did quite a lot of it. I didn't do the intricate bits of stitching, but I did a little bit on it.
And the gun, that will actually fire something in the end, will it?
It will eventually fire when we've got it all sorted out. We've only got a day left to do it, but it should sort out.
Well, George, if you'd like to take your helmet off for a moment, let me ask you about your society. What is your society devoted to?
Well, like Roy has explained, basically about costumes, what the society does is that it promotes science fiction and fantasy through its monthly meetings. And what happens at the meeting is there are slideshows and talks by visiting guests and occasionally our honorary members.
But it is a modelling society.
Yes, it is.
I gather you make models of spaceships.
Yes, that's basically what we do. We make models of spacecraft
and guns too.
And guns.
Just hold that one up for us.
But I can hold this one up for you, yes.
Sure. Well, I'll let you fire it in a minute. We'll just have a look at it for the moment.
Right.
That's, again, all homemade, isn't it?
Yes, it's completely homemade and built up around some noises like that, etc. And this is all part of the fantasy or SF.
Okay, well, talk us through this costume then next.
Well, Stephanie is here in a costume which is to do with the princess from the Red Planet. As far as the man-hours for making the outfit, it's taken 3 or 4 weeks of fitting.
Give us a quick twirl, Stephanie.
Quick twirl. It has to be put on, obviously, and then looked at to see if it falls right, hangs right, etc. And then it's back again to more intricate sewing and finishing
off. Comfortable as well, I should imagine.
Yes, it has, yes.
You're going to be wearing it for a couple of days.
Yes.
And what about your own costume?
Well, my own costume is again the same idea, basically bits and pieces, tinfoil and sequins, as you said at the beginning of the programme, Coke bottles, and then of course there's the intricacies of the weapons themselves. There's a wrist laser, and of course the Common Garden hand weapon.
All made from rubbish, basically?
Yes, basically.
Well, George, I hope the convention is a truly intergalactic experience, and perhaps you just finish off by giving us a blast with your ray gun.
Certainly.
Tremendous. And a final look at one of the costumes.
And so, from outer space to the King's Hall at Bellevue. And it's going to be packed with people, music and nostalgia this weekend, for Britain's most famous venue for brass bands is to be...